So now we're going to do our last video for this week, which is how to find the components of a vector given the magnitude and the direction. So let's just kind of make this a little bit of a word problem. We have a ramp that has a 30-degree inclination, and a kid is going to skate down the ramp that's 14 feet long. So what does that look like? He's going down a ramp that's 14 feet long, and it has a 30-degree inclination. So that means it drops a negative 30 degrees. How do I find the components of this? So the length of this vector, the magnitude of the vector is 14. The angle theta that we know is a negative 30. So you know theta, and you know the magnitude of the vector is 14. So to find the components, to find our a value of our component, it is going to be the magnitude 14 times the cosine of our theta, which is going to be negative 30 degrees. So we're going to go to our calculator, or you can use your unit circle. We know from the unit circle that if we look at negative 30 degrees and we take the cosine value of that, so that's looking at our right triangle right here, our cosine value is going to be square root of 3 over 2. So if I multiply by square root of 3 over 2 times 14, I'll get the same value as if I go to the calculator and I put in 14 times the cosine of negative 30. Check your degree mode, make sure you're in degrees. So 14 times the cosine of negative 30. That's going to be 12.12. Had we done it this way, 14 times the square root of 3, and then divide that by 2, we get the same value, 12.12. So our A value is 12.12. To find our B value, it's going to be the magnitude, which is 14, times the sine of our angle, negative 30. So again, you can go to the calculator and do this, or you can look at your unit circle and you know that your sine value is negative 1/2. So 14 times negative 1/2, the B value is going to be negative 7. So therefore, the components of my vector is this A value, 12.12, and the B value, which is negative 7. So I found the components of my vector given my magnitude and direction. So that means I went to the right about 12.12, and I went down a negative 7 on this skateboard that has a inclination that has a length, a hypotenuse of 14.